laughing. I've made it to the second page.
That's really impressive.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to pronounce the typos correctly.
Yes.
That's right.
So, this is The Eye of Argon by Jim Theus. I'm not going to make it through this. The weather-beaten trail wound ahead into the dust-tracked climbs of the I don't know how to pronounce that because it's spelled so terribly. Barrenin land, which dominates large portions of the Norgolian Empire. Age-worn hoofprints smothered by the sifting sands of time. That's not a thing. Shone dully against the dust, splattered crust of earth. The tireless sun cast its parching rays of incandescence from overhead, halfway through its daily revolution. He could just say the sun was hot at noon. That's how he says things. This is like the one story. I can't, okay. Small rodents scampered about, occupying themselves in the daily accomplishments of their dismal lives. Dust sprayed over 3 heaving mounts in blinding clouds while they bore the burdensome cargoes of their struggling overseers. Prepare to embrace your creators in the Stygian haunts of hell, barbarian, gasped the first soldier. Only after you have kissed the fleeting stead of death, wretch, returned Grignr. Grignr is the name of the main character.
Someone got a thesaurus for Christmas.
Someone never gave away that thesaurus. A sweeping blade of flashing steel riveted from the massive barbarian's hide-enameled shield as his rippling right arm thrust forth, sending a steel-shod blade to the hilt into the soldier's vital organs. All of them, apparently, at the same time. The disemboweled mercenary crumpled from his saddle and sank to the clouded sward, sprinkling the parched dust with crimson droplets of escaping life fluid. You know what gets worse?
You got this. You gotta get at least the wench.
The enthused barbarian swiveled about, his shock of fiery red hair tossing robustly in the humid air currents as he faced the attack of the defeated soldier's fellow in arms. Damn you, barbarian, shrieked the shoulder as he observed his comrade in death. A gleaming scimitar smote a heavy blow against the renegade's spiked helmet, bringing a heavy cloud over the accordion's misting brain. I don't know what that means. Shaking off... I can't read half the sentence. Okay, hold on. Okay, can I just get to the wench?
Yes?
You were like, I think so? Oh, great, this is great. The trek to Gorzon was forced upon Grignr when the soldiers of Kryn were leashed upon him by a faithless concubine he had once wooed. His scandalous activities throughout the Cimmerian city had unleashed throngs of havoc and uproar among its refined patricians, leading them to tack a heavy reward over his head. He had barely managed to escape through the back entrance of the inn he had been guzzling in as a squad of soldiers pounced upon him. After spilling a spout of blood from the leader of the mercenaries as he dismembered one of the officer's arms, he retreated to his mount to make his way towards Gorzon, rumored to contain hoards of plunder and many young wenches for any man who has the backbone to wrest them away. You guys ready for wenches? Arriving after dusk in Gorzon, Grignr descended down a dismal alley, reining his horse before a beaten tavern. The red-haired giant strode into the dimly lit hostelry, reeking of foul odors and cheap wine. The air was heavy with choking fumes spewing from smoldering torches encased within the den's earthen-packed walls. Tables were clustered with groups of drunken thieves and cutthroats, also tossing dice or making love to willing prostitutes. At least they're willing. At least they're willing. He cares about consent. Eyeing a slender female crouched alone at a nearby bench, Grignr advanced, wishing to wholesomely occupy his time. Stop laughing. The flickering torches cast weird shafts of luminescence dancing over the half-naked harlot of his choice, her stringy orchid twines of hair swinging gracefully over the lithe, opaque nose. Her nose is opaque, just so you know, as she raised a half-drained mug to her pale red lips. Glancing upward, the alluring complexion noted the stalwart giant as he rapidly approached her. A faint glimmer sparked from the pair of deep blue ovals of the amorous female. Ovals.
At least she's amorous.
Well, he also can't say eyes. He never says eyes through the whole thing. There were always like ellipses or like orbs.
Beautiful words.
She motioned toward Grigner, enticing him to join her. The barbarian seated himself upon a stool at the wench's side, exposing his body, which was naked, save for, list time, a loincloth, which was brandishing a long steel broadsword, an iron-spired battle helmet, and thick leather sandals. Wearing sandals.
His must have a high tensile strength.
Thou hast need to occupy your time, barbarian? Questioned the female. She never has a name, she's always just the female. You could tell a dude wrote this because he's gross. Okay. Only if something worth offering is within my reach, stated Grigner, as his hands crept to embrace the tempting female, who welcomed them with open willingness. He really cares about consent, everyone. From where do you come, barbarian, and by what are you called? Gasped the complying wench, as Grigner smothered her lips with the blazing touch of his flaming mouth. That sounds like an STD. The engrossed Titan...
Wings.
I'm sorry for this next paragraph. The engrossed Titan ignored the queries of the inquisitive female, pulling her towards him and crushing her sagging nipples to his yearning chest. Just her nipples. Anatomically, I'm very curious to know how her body works because...
That's saggy.
Hold on. Without struggle, she gave in, winding her soft arms around the harshly bronzed hide of Grigner's corded shoulder blades, as his callous hands caressed her firm, protruding busts.
Wait.
Her busts are firm, but yeah, her nipples are sagging off of her boobs.
She needs a special bra.
This story needs an editor. So all this has happened, he's just holding her against her, and then this is his next sentence. You make love well, wench. Admitted, I don't, does that say queefed? Oh, quaffed. I was like, what did, I don't remember that part. You may, I'm done, I can't do this. I can't.
Oh my god.
It's